Today I'm going to tell you a big fat lie about the movie Big Fat Liar. There's only one, so see if you can spot it in today's movie tour. Now let's go, Ricky Ricardo, we got a movie to shoot. I mean a video to shoot. Now I've got some R-rated dialogue for you, but I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG.
I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG.
The movie came out in 2002 and was directed by Shawn Levy, who directed all of the Night at the Museum movies. He also directed Free Guy, and he's currently working on the upcoming Deadpool 3. Jason Shepard is late to class, and with the help of Kaylee, played by Amanda Bynes in her film debut, he claims that his dad choked on a meatball, so he wasn't able to write his paper. By the way, Lindsay Lohan actually originally signed on to play Kaylee in the film, but she dropped out shortly before filming started, so Amanda Bynes jumped on. The lie doesn't work though. His teacher says that the paper takes up 1/3 of the semester's grade. That is a massive grade for one paper. They give him 3 hours to write the paper, so he writes Big Fat Liar. He races out the door and runs into Marty Wolf, who offers him a ride to school. He gets his sister's bike totaled and then just leaves it in the street? Rude. Wolf tells him that he's in town shooting his new picture, and Shepard says, boy, you've made some stinkers over the years. Then Marty calls him Ebert, the movie critic. The funny thing is that Ebert actually wrote a review for the film. He liked the movie. Maybe it's just because his name was dropped. I don't know. Jason drops his paper in the car, and now he has to go to summer school without that paper. The teacher Phyllis Caldwell is played by Sandra Oh, known for her work in Grey's Anatomy, and she just starred in Sam Raimi's new film, Uma. After class, Jason and Kaylee go to the movies and they see a commercial for Big Fat Liar. Can we talk about A, how fast Marty made a commercial for the film, and B, why he didn't change anything in the paper? He kept the same name and everything. Dude, you gotta be a little more subtle, bro. The voice actor for this commercial is actually uncredited, but how's my movie trailer voice? Kenny Trooper was the world's biggest liar. They say a little lie can grow bigger and bigger. One man will pay the price. People everywhere stopped and stared at the big fat liar. Jason tells Kaylee that he wrote that movie and that she needs to go to LA with him to prove it. So they leave Brett the bully with Grandma Pearl, who is played by Rachel Glusman, or as she liked to be called, Sparkle. She also did work with Amanda Bynes in one episode of her show, What I Like About You. Jason uses his skills of lying to get a limo and a driver. He does this by pretending to be Mr. Stroog. Frank here is played by Donald Faison, who you may know from Scrubs. He brings him to the studio, and now the giant commercial for Universal Studios begins. They take the tour, which is an actual ride you can go on, and they used actual tourists during the filming of this scene. They hop off the tour cart and sneak away from security. Guys, never hop off the movie tour cart. Never. In fact, when you're done with this movie tour cart, maybe hop on another one. I have a lot of other videos. You can ride a lot of tour carts today. And we even see the giant gorillas from the movie Batman and Robin. Jason gets to the office and asks Marty to call his dad and tell him that he wrote BFL. But Marty lights the paper ablaze, and thus begins the war. Shepard versus Wolf. Yeah, their names are Marty Wolf and Jason Shepard. A little too on the nose to not be a callback to the story of the shepherd boy who cries wolf. Marty has him escorted out of the office, but not before Jason steals Marty's Palm Pilot. They find a place to stay for the night, a wardrobe and prop house. And here we see some Jurassic Park raptors, a Grinch taxi, and even the Grinch costume. Hey look, there's a crew member in the reflection of that telephone booth. Now it's time to attack. They dumped dye into his pool. You could actually see some crew members in the reflection of that dye bottle. And of course, Marty Wolf's song has to be Duran Duran's Hungry Like a Wolf. They put glue on his earpiece and dye in his shampoo. It's also interesting how the blue dye colors his skin, but it didn't touch his swimsuit at all. We then get the psycho shower scene music while he puts the dye in his hair. Kaylee then tells Monty that the president of the studio has moved. Wolf arrives and they think he's actually the clown sent for the party. While he goes in, Shepard and Kaylee mess with the instruments on his car. The kids then attack the clown, and as a viewer, we get a bit of satisfaction here seeing the wolf getting attacked. Now, I think that Paul Giamatti is actually perfect for this role, but there were actually several other actors that were also considered for the role too. Those would be Jim Carrey, Joe Pesci, Willem Dafoe, and Alec Baldwin. Then we see Monty standing in front of the Psycho house. How cool must her job be to just be able to just chill there? At least until Norman Bates attacks. Just kidding, I met the guy, he's cool. That picture was actually taken at Universal Horror Nights, which is such a fun time, and you should definitely check it out if you get the chance. And now Marty sees that there's some issues with his car, and Jason admits that it was him all along. On his way home, Marty bumps into the Masher's whip, and this guy is not happy. Masher is played by Brian Turk, and sadly he passed away in 2019. You see in the next shot that Wolf's paint is actually wearing off of his hand. The blue dye on Paul Giamatti was actually tattoo ink that had to be sprayed onto his body with several layers throughout the day. And according to the actor, it was really easy to apply, but it was difficult to get off.
For a while, I don't know why my feet in particular, but my feet were blue for months.
That was honestly his chance to sell feet pics to Smurfs. Come on, Wolf, make some extra cash on the side, no? It is now time for the world premiere of Whitaker and Fowl. I love how the chicken outshines Urkel here. Jason calls Kaylee and we see that she's on a DeLorean from Back to the Future. He tells her it's time for phase 3. The twist. Kenan Thompson says that the movie was awful, and the director agrees. He says Whitaker and Fowl just cost the studio $30 million, and he's pulling the plug on BFL. Jason offers to help. Marty tells Jason that if he helps him out, he will tell his dad that he wrote Big Fat Liar, Aaron Brockovich, and Saving Private Ryan as well. This is actually funny because Paul Giamatti is actually in Aaron Brockovich and Saving Private Ryan. Jason feeds him a speech to save the movie, but Wolf lied about calling his dad, and instead he calls security to get him escorted off the property. At this point, all hope seems to be lost, but Monty shows up and offers to help bring Marty down. They then plan phase 4, the payback. Frank picks him up from his place, and when his car breaks down to a smoke machine, Urkel shows up and offers him a ride. Wolf doesn't like how fast he's driving, and he jumps out of the car. Honestly, I don't feel like Urkel was needed in this plan at all. Why not just have Frank leave him in the desert? Monty sends him a helicopter. The chopper gives off a false warning, making Wolf think that now he has to jump. And this could have gone so wrong. Luckily, they land to safety. I love his face here, it's just so funny. Wolf runs through Universal's western town where he finds Shepard with Mr. Funnybones. He chases them down on a very busy studio, and we even go past the water scene, which is something you can actually see on the studio tour at Universal Studios. During the chase, we see the Skull Bikers from Batman Returns. He chases Shepard to the roof of a building, and Jason gets Marty to admit that he stole his story. And then all the cameras show themselves. He's busted. BFL hits theaters with Frank as the lead role, and Jason gets his writing credit. We then see that Marty has left the film industry and has become a clown, and the movie ends there. Also, if you think you spotted my lie, put it down in the comments. My name is Vic, and we'll see you next time on the Movie Tour.